How's it going, guys? Jace here, back with another standard deck tech, and today we have a blue-black artifact deck. Now, I saw this deck online and I thought, oh, this is quite interesting, so we thought we'll give it a go in today's video. This is quite cool. We've got a lot of cheap spells, a lot of artifacts, a lot of removal, and some counter magic. This is kind of a mid-range deck. It's not really aggressive. It kind of wants to wait that mid to late game, really get advantage and take over your opponent. Let's go through the deck list. We're going to be playing 5 games of standard today. Best of 1, of course. And yeah, we're going to see how this deck goes, and then we're going to have a little revised version at the end. So we are running 3 copies of Cut Down. Great cheap removal spell. Bit of a situational one, but he can deal with a bunch of creatures. Really strong, cheap 1-drop removal. Then we're playing, this is interesting, we're playing 4 copies of Surge Engine. Now, I really rate this card. You know, you have a 3/2 for 2 mana with Defender, okay. But the fact is, in that mid to late game, you have a way to sink your mana into this, and it can turn into a big powerhouse. Now, the downside of best of 1 is there are a lot of aggressive decks. Now, that's quite good, because just having a 3/2 that can trade with a creature is relevant. Getting it to the high levels would be quite tricky, mainly because a lot of mono red is around, a lot of like mono white or soldiers. There's a ton of aggressive decks in best of 1, so this is great to trade with their creatures, but don't expect to really reach that mid to late game with paying that 6 mana to be drawing all the cards. Then we're running 4 copies of Make Disappear. This is really good if you're on the play, and really good in that like early to mid game. When you start getting late game where this deck really wants to go, this card really struggles. It really does. It's not that great in that mid to late game. It's also not very good against the aggressive decks if you're on the draw. So it's okay. It's very situational. Personally, I think maybe we have to say I would probably play maybe Essence Scatter or Negate maybe over Make Disappear, but it is a good counterspell nonetheless. Then we have 3 copies of Go for the Throat. Great removal. Just, you know, 2 mana. Kill most things. Not too bad. Then we have 2 copies of Infernal Grasp. This is okay. You know, the loss of 2 life is very relevant in the aggro matchups. That is one big problem, but again, lots of removal in this deck. Then we have 4 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster. This is a really good, you know, card. It really is. Give you that card advantage. It allows you to do some really awkward blocks for your opponents and threats to your opponents. You attack them. Really good. It's an artifact, goes really well with this deck, and you know, it gives you really good card advantage when there's not much going on. Then we have 2 copies of Liliana the Veil. I mean, powerhouse, absolute powerhouse. Liliana, really strong. You don't play too many copies. Not too great when you're on the play. Really good on the draw. She's a very good reactive planeswalker. Like if you're on the draw and your opponent taps out 3 mana and they play a threat, playing Liliana, make them sacrifice a creature. Very. If your opponent plays Sheoldred and they have nothing else, play Liliana, make a sacrifice creature. Her reaction is very strong. Whereas if you have her out, people can play around it a lot easier, so it's not too bad. But she's really good on the draw. Then we have 4 copies of Tezzeret. Now, mainly based, you know, an artifact deck, and he's pretty strong. He allows you to, you know, draw a bunch of cards, turn your stuff into 4/4s, and if you get the ultimate, it's very strong. Now, I mean, he's not the strongest planeswalker, but in this deck, he's really useful. He's very good with Surge Engine. He works incredibly well with Surge Engine, being able to just cost 2 less to use his activated abilities. We can level up really fast. Very strong. So he's really good in this deck. Then we have 2 copies of Sheoldred. In my opinion, I think it's probably one of the best creatures in standard right now. Maybe you want to play more copies than 2, but we'll see how it goes with 2 copies. I do rate this big body, life gain, death touch. You know, you can just sit there and just drain your opponent every single turn. Very good against decks that rely on the Wandering Emperor, because you just never attack. Sit back, you can block, you can kill most of their creatures, and you're constantly draining life. Incredibly strong. Then we have 4 copies of Phyrexian Fleshgorger. This card is really good. 7 mana for a 7/5 is expensive with Menace, Lifelink, and Ward, and the Ward is to pay the life equal to his power to try and target. But being able to play it as a 3-drop, get early, down early, you know, start pressuring your opponent, get that Lifelink going. Very good. It's quite interesting that Tezzeret could turn into a 4/4 to make it a little bit bigger, and then late game, powerhouse, absolute powerhouse with this card. Really rate it. Then we have 2 copies of Bladecoil Serpent to finish off. This is good. I really rate this card. The fact is that you can just pay like 6 blue and get a 5/4 and draw 3 cards. It's very strong. Or you can just be like, you know what, 6 black mana, get a 5/4, you discard 3 cards. Very strong. Really rate this card. It is a lot of mana. That's why we're only playing 2 copies. Onto the lands. We've got a bunch of islands and a bunch of swamps. We have the 1 copy of the Soaring Sea, 1 copy of the Abandoned Mire. Then we have 3 blue-black dual lands, and then another 2 blue-black dual lands. We've got a couple of cycle lands, just because it's great to cycle, and you could use the red. If you draw both, you could use the red maybe to give it, you know, haste or anything like that, or maybe use a treasure token. And then 2 copies of Blast Zone, being able to remove pretty much anything except tokens. It's pretty good to sink your mana into. We're gonna get into five games, best of one. If you want to try out this deck, guys, the deck list is in the description below, and let's find out how good it is. Okay, right, game number one. Let's take a look at this open hand. Pretty good. We're on the play. We have 2 counter spells. We've got a removal spell, a Bankbuster as well, Liliana. I think that's a pretty good mixture of spells. We're gonna go with land first. We're probably gonna, if we don't draw a land next, we'll lead off with the Bankbuster. We'll see what we get. We do get that, so we'll just keep up the make disappear. In case our opponent plays anything we want to counter. So we're playing against Esper. Could be Esper mid-range. Well, probably most likely Esper mid-range. Which can be a tricky matchup. It can be quite tricky. But we do have a decent hand. We've got the counter spells, we've got removal. Okay, that is a card which we don't really want to counter, but I have to anyway. Get rid of it. That's a really good draw. I would, in all honesty, I'm going to lead off with the Bankbuster, because if they play a creature, if they tap out play a creature, we can play Liliana and make them sacrifice. Wedding announcement, that's probably the worst card we can expect from that, but we did draw land, that's really good. So here, in all honesty, I'll just play Surge Engine and I'll probably just pass. And see what our opponent does. This is actually a really good card. Scales very well. Really, really strong. I'm probably going to try and kill it. Makes sense. See what they try and get rid of it with. Because one, it's a good blocker. But 2, you know, it can get out of hand. The fact is, you know, we make it a 5-4 and then start drawing cards. Pretty strong. So, another wedding announcement. Okay, we're going to counter that one. They might have a cut down. Yep. Yep. We'll crew, just in case they might want to attack. Yep. Be expected. Alright, another Bankbuster. I think we're gonna draw a card here. Cut down. We'll just play another Bankbuster and pass turn. Our opponent's just gonna have a lot of threat with, you know, these tokens, but we can start drawing a lot of cards. That's fine, we can remove that. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Gonna draw a card and creatures are gonna get bigger. Really could do with a land. That is not a land. We'll try and draw another card. Dig in for that land. Find it. And that's good. So we're gonna Infernal Grasp this. And we're gonna discard the cut down because we don't really. Yeah, we'll get that. I mean, I could have got rid of the Liliana, because again, Liliana's not very good either. Like, all these tokens, but I would prefer to have Liliana than the rest. The next turn, hopefully we can draw a land. Then we can play this. We could play double blue, double black. You know, which would be pretty good. I mean, what's that going to be? That's going to be, you know, drawing a card, then discarding a card. So they're perfect. So they might have counter magic. They might have counter magic. They haven't played anything, so I expect Wandering Emperor, maybe some form of counter magic. But here, in all honesty, think about just firing off the Liliana. See what they do. And then we can still then draw a card with the Bankbuster. We'll do that. We'll make them sacrifice a creature. Get one out of there.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
That way we can activate the Bankbuster as well. Land, okay. We can activate the Bankbuster, get the token, and we can crew the other one, block with, if need be. Okay. Pretty good. There's a 4-3. There's a problem. Going face. Let's just draw a card, see what we get. Land, good. We needed that land. Got 2 mana untap. What do you think they got? I think they've either got a cut down or a go for the throat. Cut down. More creep. And we'll block here. And we'll take 4. Now, here, we will not use the Bankbuster because we could use the extra mana to draw some cards with the Serpent. Because they're basically tapped out. So this is our plan. This is our plan. So we're gonna go black, black, blue, blue, black, black. That way they discard 2 cards. We want it to be drawing, don't we? That's a shame. We'll go blue. Here what? This is where we go. We go black. We go blue. Black. Blue. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. That's good. And then we can take up Lily. Make us both discard another card. And then we'll pass turn. That way we have cut down up. We're able to draw a card from my Bankbuster. They do have a Lily. Now that is a problem, but that is fine. That is not a problem at all. Are they going to minus?
Enough with the mysteries.
They
I've
probably will.
come for answers.
3. We'll get rid of the Bankbuster. We don't need it.
Off you go.
Bean. Oh, we can deal with that with a cut down. That's really good. Not willing to draw a card. Drawing a card is just better right now. Okay. So, we're going to tick up. So we can't get rid of the cut down. I thought we could, but it gets buffed. Is an issue. But, we minus Lily. See? I think we minus Lily. I'm not too fussed about their Lily. What we'll do, we'll draw a card. We'll see what we can get. Another land. Land, okay. An island. We'll minus. We'll deal with their the creature. We might just get in for 5. I think we might just jam in for 5. Not really bothered by their Lily. Last turn. And we're going to cycle a land. We can attack, unfortunately they can attack us for 4. We'll be careful. Because of the underdog. Fateful Absent. Do we bounce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We bounce back to our hand. But it doesn't really do anything. We need that threat to stay on the board though. We do get to draw a card. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. I think we're just going to bounce it back to our hand. It just makes sense. If they tick up Lily, we'll get rid of the underground river. I'm just more concerned about this underdog, so underdog is going to put us down to 2, which means we need to be very, very careful here. Very careful. Very, very careful. That's fine if they tick up Lily. We don't mind. We'll get rid of the land. Yep, that's what I thought they'll do. We'll go to 2. We're in a very, very scary place right now. Yep.
We all have things
They had a counter spell. Want to get damage in, they get the card. Cut downs don't do it for us, unfortunately, because of this. Buffs it up. So we're gonna go black, black, blue, blue. Now here's the issue. Liliana. Now deal with it. We've got black, black, blue, blue. Go blue. See, I'm not gonna lie. Going to 1 is not gonna be much different. So we don't mind. We should draw some cards. Got a land, another land. Fine. I think we'll just pass here. We'll pass. We can make a token to sack to the Lily. Need be. Tezzeret, is any good here? Probably not. No, probably not.
Look isn't how things were supposed to go.
Okay, right. That's a really good draw. That's a really good draw.
One of your friends has to leave.
That's a really good draw. Hopefully he didn't draw a removal spell or another Lily. One time. No removal spell, come on. This is an insanely good draw. Insanely good. We're just going to slam it for 7 mana. In fact, I'll probably... Oh, will I slam it for 7? I think I wouldn't. I'll probably play it for 3. Play Tezzeret, make that a creature. How much mana have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. If we draw one more land, we could play it for 7 and play Tezzeret in time. We'll just turn the Bankbuster into a 4/4. That way we have a 5/4, a 4/4, and a 7/5 lifelink. Okay, he's going in. Maybe he's offering the trade. I think he is. No. Doesn't. Ryan offered the trade. Interesting. Okay, we did draw a land. Okay, right. We go land. Interesting, interesting. Okay, we're just going to play this for the full 7. We're going to play Tezzeret as well. Does resolve, we'll take that.
Once my partner's promised, I'll have no one's coming to save you.
Okay, we're getting for 5. Okay, so we're down to our opponent now. We're on 1, they're on 5. Let's just hope they don't have anything with flying and haste. Or an Evoke Despair. An Evoke Despair would do it. But I'm pretty sure they're not playing Evoke Despair. They could be. In fact, they can't even cast it. They don't have 4 black mana. This is close. This is so close. This was a good top deck. This was an insanely good top deck. Insanely good. This is where they cast Farewell. And I cry. We still have Tezzeret. Tezzeret can draw us some cards. And dig us to where we need to get some stuff. These cut downs have been pretty bad. If only they would like go for the throats or anything. Infernal Grasp would be bad, but go for the throat would be good. Opponent's thinking. Not looking good for them so far. Soaring. Oh, okay, they do make a flyer. Doesn't have haste.
Out of my way. I have a wedding to stop.
Our block, the Fleshgorger, has menace. It does have menace. Okay, right, so making token, which we still can't cut down.
Deal with this annoyance.
Gonna pass with 3 mana up, 1 card in hand. Okay. Okay, right, my turn. Let's untap. Pick up Tezzeret. Try and draw some cards. See what we can find. More land.
Has no limit.
Get one of these cut downs. We don't need that. Go through this. I think that is a game over. Back with the team. Like, even if they had enough mana. Okay, that's fine. So even if they had enough mana to do something, like, pretty much over. Bang. Wow, that was close. 1 life. Oh well, first game, first win. Okay, moving to game number 2. So we got quite an interesting hand. No blue spells, but no blue mana. We draw 1 more land, we're doing pretty good. We'll keep. We do have a low cost hand, but there we go, perfect. Okay, so we're playing against... Is it? Bankbuster. Guess what? We're going to do exactly the same. Maybe they're thinking they're playing against mono black. Okay, here I'm going to play the tapped land because we really need that blue source. And I'm going to deal with this now. Who knows, they could play Sheoldred, which could be a pain because they could keep the Sheoldred around, get rid of the Bankbuster. I play Lily. I'll have to wait and see. Your beef. When it ends the battlefield, create a treasure token. Okay. Not bad. Okay, you can't now crew. Could just get rid of this. Yeah, that's probably best. Negate. Interesting. Maybe I should just play the Fleshgorger. Interesting, okay. The next time we can play the Fleshgorger and the Surge Engine. We are already on 11, which is scary. It's a good draw. I don't have a counter spell here. Wouldn't surprise me. There you go. Interesting. They get attack? No. Okay. Maybe they're holding up. We've got another one. Maybe they're holding up counter magic. I think they are. Yep, he's going to do it, and he's going to cast Make Disappear. He's going to get rid of the token. On it now. Roger. We're not going to play the other one. We're going to wait until we draw another land. I'll start drawing some cards with this Bankbuster. Because if we draw 1 more land, we can play it for a 7-drop, and then it's going to become really difficult. I mean, our opponents literally just played 3 counter spells. So, I mean, they might have another one. disable the Mirror Breaker. Okay, we don't mind that. They land, okay. More cards. We'll give this a boost defender. Another land. Okay, so here we have a choice. I'm thinking that we play this Serpent, hoping that our opponent doesn't have a counterspell. If they do, we're struggling. I think we should do it. I think we need to go. We need to go for it anyway. We've got no other choice. We're gonna go blue, blue, black, black, and we're gonna have to take damage here, unfortunately. Don't want to, but that way we draw a card, they discard 2, and they're going to draw 1 potential off the Bankbuster. Be a big threat on the board, that's what we need. We could have just played the Fleshgorger as a 7/5 with lifelink. We draw cards. Means they don't have a counterspell. Got a 2 land. Oh, we drew a land. Good, but we'll take it. Take it. Do draw a removal spell, I'm not gonna lie. Do draw a removal spell to get rid of this Kiki. They're about to have 2. Very, very concerning. We have a lot of removal in this deck. I mean, we've used 1, Lily, but we've had all the cut downs, we've got to go for the throats and stuff, so we do have a lot of removal in this deck. Didn't discard any cards. How's they got in their hand? Are good. They're good. I mean, we can level this up to be a 5/4, which is a little bigger than all of those creatures. But we are playing artifacts against a Teema deck. Alright, maybe he will animate and make a copy. Maybe. Okay, maybe not, he's just going to jam in. I'll just trade. Why not? Another one anyway, so it didn't matter. Oh, we need to draw some removal. Need to draw some removal. Land. That's 3 mana. This counts as 3. That counts as 3. He hasn't drawn much removal. One thing he hasn't drawn. Now, question is that counterspell in hand? Could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We won't be able to activate this to draw a card if we play this. Maybe we'll just go for it. Maybe he doesn't have a counterspell. I think he does. Oh, he's going to draw a card. He's going to dig for 1. Oh, Essence Scour. He drew it as well. Wow, he did draw the counterspell. Oh, that's going to hurt us. That's going to hurt us. That's going to hurt a lot. Wow. I mean, so much counter magic in what is like a creature mid-range deck. I think we're just dead, right? Because he's going to have an absolute ton of tokens. Ton of threats. What is he attack for? 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, not 6, 10, 14. If I block that. Oh, dead. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. He's got me. If he attacks with everything, he's got me. Okay, he doesn't. God, this deck could do a board sweeper, but there's no Mihik Massacre. That's annoying. I'm just gonna animate. I'm gonna remove my Bankbuster, then so good. Yep. I mean, this guy's had so many counter spells. 8, 9, okay, right. Another land. What is up with all this land? Yeah, we're gonna have to cycle. Not bad. Pass. We can make our guy. Oh, he's gonna make a ton of Bankbuster tokens. That's what I would do. I would just make an absolute. Just a ton of these guys so I can trample. Bankbuster tokens. Loads of the thieves. In fact, he can make infinite, can't he? Yep, that's game. Well, 1 and 1. Didn't draw any removal there. That's what cost us. We just didn't draw any removal, and those counter magic was just absolutely crucial for our opponent there. Okay, right, open in hand. Again, we have an issue with not getting blue mana. Look like Mulligan. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, we always keep finding Blast Zone. We literally only have like 2 in the deck, and we always seem to pull Blast Zone. And not any blue source, which is so bizarre. We're playing against Esper again. We're probably playing against Esper and Grixis. We're going to keep playing lands and pass turn. We haven't really got much to do apart from just kill stuff and draw cards, which is pretty good, but they're not doing much either, but we do have the Bankbuster, which is really good in this situation. We're just going to keep playing lands and drawing cards. Tezzeret's a good draw. Edgar. Interesting one. Now, question is, do we kill it now? No, we draw it. We'll keep drawing. Oh, that would have been a good draw earlier. Bit late there, bit late there. He transforms. He's 1/1s, doesn't he? We don't mind that. Announcement. Counter that, that's nice. Nice little counter spell. Just a little counter there. Yeah, we'll take 4. And we'll draw a card. All the lands. This is what I love to see. Love to see. Right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We could cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can cast this for all black mana, which means our opponent discards 3 cards. Is that worth it? I think it is. I think it is. Let's do it. Black. Black, black, black. Get a 5/4 and our opponent discards 3 cards. Is fantastic. We don't need the card draw. Like, we've been drawing like crazy. Hey, what do they discard? A removal, Liliana, and a wedding announcement. Interesting, interesting. Oh, we must get in there. And we've still got mana up for cut down if they play like a cheap creature. We don't really care about this Edgar. If he attacks, I'll just take 4. Fine. Surge Engine, Tezzeret, removal. Got to deal with this 5/4. They do deal with the 5/4. 8/2 in the process. That's fine. Edgar's coming in. He's still coming in. Still swinging. For another land. Let's play the swamp, and we'll play Tezzeret. And it resolved straight away. Wow, we'll take that.
Kamigawa appreciates a technocratic future, just as I do.
Okay.
My toys will keep you busy.
We'll get in pay, I guess. Fine. We'll deal with Edgar. Oh, fine. Let me do that. Any day, well, they got 1 card in hand. I mean, they're making bullet 1/1 tokens. Don't mind that. Sheoldred. Ooh, that could be a pain. We need to dig with Tezzeret. A really good draw for them. The best draw they could have got. And we're on 9 as well. Ooh. Oof. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Interesting. We are in a. Oh, I think they might beat us here. Right, let's go with Surge Engine. Go with Surge Engine. Tezzeret could make it 4/4. That's pretty worth it. Now, question is, do I want to draw 2 cards? I'll lose 4 life. Do I want to? Do I want to? With Surge Engine, I can level it up, what? Twice? It has a 5 power. But then again, it's drawing cards, which could die to the Sheoldred. Oh, we're digging. No, I got no other artifacts. We need to dig. We've got to dig one way or another. We've got no choice. Good draw, but I think that might be too late. We discard 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Sounds crazy, but 7. Sounds crazy, but we're gonna cast it. We're gonna pass. Hopefully our opponent has not drawn something to deal with this Fleshgorger. Hopefully. That's fine. Gaining that 7 life is going to be so crucial. So crucial. And we can a counter spell, that's good for us. So good for us. Right, we can deal with the token. So, we're going to swing in with the Fleshgorger. I don't mind if they trade. I do not mind if they trade. Didn't expect that one. Didn't expect that. This may be my bad. Maybe I should have kept the cut down. Up. Yep, I do gain 7. Still good. Yeah, we're back to the same problem. That's a really good draw as well. How much mana have I got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. We could do that. We could do that. Yep, we'll go to 4. We're gonna go black, black, black. We can just go colorless. 5 mana. Mana. There we go. A land. Okay. 14. Oh, now he's flipped. I need to draw a removal spell. Oh, I messed that up with the cut down. Oh, I messed up so bad. I should have just left it. Swung. Got the token. That's my fault. That's my fault. Liliana. We can counter that. Do we want to counter that? No, we can't counter it. No, we could have, but we can't. Picks up that much.
Fight? Yeah. And you think you can win? Don't overthink
Absolutely fine.
things.
And him for 4. Beaky. Beaky. 16 as well. Basically, we have to draw. We have top deck removal spell. We're dead. So I'm sure. Yeah, we have to draw a removal spell. Or we're dead. And we're dead. Sheoldred gets us. Oh, every time. Every time. We messed up. We messed up that one. Should have let them block and then cut down the 1/1. Okay, open hand. This is actually pretty good. Again, with the blast zone. We always get a blast zone. We run 2 in the deck and we always seem to have an open hand. How bizarre is that? Every game. We're playing against mono blue here. Could be mono blue. We got a good hand. We got lands and spells. Yeah, with the Bankbuster, we get the same, basically same type of open hands every time. But at least we have good removal. Okay, so it could be mono blue here. We just got done. So far, seems to be going okay. Right, let's just draw cards. Nice, nice. Yeah, and we don't need to cast anything. Like, they're probably playing counterspell, they're playing mono blue. So, for us, keep drawing cards. Drawing cards and playing land. What we need to do. They're splashing black. Maybe they're a control deck. Maybe, who knows? We are gonna try and play something here. Because we've just drawn lots and lots of removal. I mean, look at that. 3 removal spells. We're gonna play the Fleshgorger for 3. 1. We're just gonna play it for 3. We're not gonna be massively greedy. Scatter Array. Counter target artifact or creature. This 4. I really want to pay 4. I can do. I don't need the mana. Sure. Why not? Cool. Basically a 2 for 1 for us. Take that. Not like we've got any counter spells to keep up or anything, so go ahead, I'll take that 2 for 1 any day. What does this one do? When you draw, okay. Each one loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. When it dies, they don't have anything. This guy, dead. Okay, he's a 4/3, so we'll just Infernal Grasp it out of the way. Okay. in for some damage. There's Sheoldred. More plus 10. We've got another Sheoldred in hand anyway. This card is just a powerhouse. Yep. 5/4, fine. Take damage. Take damage any day. Oh, these cooldowns are really bad. They're really, really bad. They're unfortunate. What mana? I think we're just gonna get him with it. If he blocks, we'll take that. Oh, they took the damage. Wow. Okay. We're gonna go. We're gonna Tezzeret. And they go for a counter spell. Sure. End turn. They are going to attack me for at least 11. Scary. That is scary. I think they might just attack me with the flyer. And again in with the ground creature. Right, I'll just take it. Nothing else I can do anyway. My turn, okay. Really good draw, really good draw. Player lands. I think we're going to get him with the Bankbuster. On 6. I get him with both. It forces. Actually, no, I don't need to get him with both. That's just silly. We'll just get him with the Bankbuster because if they don't block, Sheoldred kills them. Yeah. Return to the battlefield then. Battlefield. They don't have anything. That's good. Okay, they're going to take it. Interesting. Now, I'm actually going to play this as the 3/3. Not as the 7 mana. 7/7. No. Because they're going to counter anyway. And the reason why I did that is so I can put counters on my blast zone. I think they got a way to deal with Sheoldred. 100%. Which means we're dead. So we're dead. Wow. That was very, very lucky. Because now we get attacked for 12 and we're dead. Wow. These cut downs are terrible. Absolutely terrible. I think that is one big change we're going to make in this deck is add more hard removal rather than situational removal. We're 1-3 with this deck now. 1-3. Okay, we're open in hand. We don't actually have a blast zone. Wow, that's actually shocking. But the rest of this hand's pretty good actually. I like this. It's actually probably one of the strongest hands we've seen with this deck so far. There's definitely a few things that I would probably change at the end with this deck. One would actually be the cut downs. I'd probably reduce the number. I think we're playing 3, so I'm going to reduce the number of cut downs and probably add in a go for the throat. There's just so many creatures and stuff we can't deal with the cut down. I mean, against this deck it's going to be fantastic. I mean, we're literally playing against the perfect deck for it. So Guardian of New Anali. I think we're just going to cut down this. I just don't want any shenanigans going on. And then we just pass the turn. We'll counter wherever they play next. What they play, unless it's obviously a 1-drop. We'll counter anything they play next. 2 mono white, could be Azuria Soldiers. This deck is pretty good actually, to be fair. We have to give this deck a try. This is a really strong deck. Okay, well they did play a 1-drop. Take a 2-drop for me. They do. Thank you. Take 1 to get rid of that. The next turn we'll play potentially the Surge Engine. Potentially. Could play the Gorger. Might play the Gorger. I just don't see us getting to 7 mana, you know. Plus also we can play Tezzeret and make it a 4-4. 4-4 with Live Link and Menace, which is pretty good. Pretty good. It's a good blocker. Very good blocker right now. Lifelink as well. And Menace, so it can do pretty well. If they play... Okay, lay down arms. Oh, good. Didn't expect that. Not gonna lie. Expected a brutal Cathar. That's fine. We can play a land, play Surge Engine. Start leveling up. Damage, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Another recruitment officer, wow. Another one. 1-drop. Okay, so here I think we're gonna in fact I think we're gonna play the Bankbuster. And we're gonna Infernal Grasp. Something. Hopefully this Guardian, but as long as he's got cards in hand, we ain't killing it. We ain't killing it. This is a really good removal spell, by the way. This is ridiculous. Like here, he doesn't need to play it. He doesn't need to commit any more to the board. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Against the Scry, he's gonna hit me for another 4, and I do draw a card here. I don't feel like I want to. I take 6. I'm going to take 6 regardless if I kill this. This is tough. This being able to become indestructible at any time is just ridiculous. Oh, I'm just going to get rid of one of his creatures now. I'd prefer if this was go for the throat. There isn't that many artifacts you want to deal with, so I prefer if this was go for the throat rather than me losing the 2 life, but there you go. Not looking good for us. Not looking good. Find anything? He finds a Thalia. I kind of feel like... We'll play the Surge Engine and plus. At least we can crew something, but what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to buff the Surge Engine, make it lose Defender, draw a card, go from there, but we'll have to wait and see. He might have a removal spell. This is tough, this is close. We need to draw removal. Fortunately, as long as this like combo of the Guardian and the Recruitment Officers in play, we ain't killing nothing. Yep. What a combo. Against the Scry as well, so he gets good cards. Card advantage. 6. I really need Sheoldred to be really good. Oh yeah, right. We're gonna go. Black. Draw a card. Hope to draw into something good. A land isn't good. Okay. Yep, follow up. Another land. Another land. Wow. Okay. Well, we can turn the Surgeon Engine into a 6 mana. And then what's... And then like draw... On 6. We are on 6. Maybe play Tezzeret and turn the Bankbuster into a 4. I think that's probably the best bet. They can attack me with the Guardian before.
Oh, that's precious.
They have a removal spell.
Meet
We're
your
pre-dead.
killer.
We're pre-dead. I have to admit, unless you're now, if you're playing on white or red, you really do struggle when a deck goes white. Like, if there you go, there's a removal spell. If you get ahead, it's so easy to stay ahead because there's no Mire Massacre anymore. So you're heavily relying on spot removal. And you know, if a deck like this goes wide, you just can't deal with it. You just can't deal with it. And like what you play, if you go wide yourself, you play like 1 or 2 creatures, your opponent can kill it. So we have to block here. We've got no choice. We don't know what gets us out of this. I really don't. I really don't. Yep. We have no creatures. And the thing is even if we kill this Brew of Cathar, we don't get a creature back. We get a Bankbuster back. Not good at all. Not good at all. No block. We shall block indeed. Come on. I'm going to 4. We discarded a land. Tezzeret, you've got to dig us out somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. Metal Gorger off the top. That'd be very good. That'd be... actually, that'd be really... that doesn't do it. Okay, come on. We did draw a removal spell, which unfortunately makes us lose life, so we will concede. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we went 1 and 4 with the deck. Not great at all. A lot of aggro matchups, and there was a couple of misplays by me. Well, one of the games with the cut down, but overall, this is a fun deck to play. I have changed a couple of things, as you can see here, just a few tweaks here and there, and I actually think this might be a little bit better. So basically, we've dropped 1 copy of cut down. There were times, guys, in those games we've seen it where they just didn't do anything right. They had a flip wedding announcement. Can't kill anything. Really, really rough, right? So I thought, well, add another copy of Go to the Throat. We want a way to just remove a creature, right? We want to be able to just deal with those Sheoldred or any big threats, and that will do it. We still got the 2 copies of Infernal Grasp as well, and 2 copies of Cut Down. That is a lot. Make Disappear, again, mid to late game. It was rough. It didn't really do very well. I'm not a huge fan of it in the mid to late game. Great when you're on the play and you draw early. Not too great. Still want to have a couple of copies just in case you draw early, but the full 4 doesn't do it for me. So what I did is I added 2 copies of Urtai's Scorn, and this is actually a really good counter spell. It's just a hard counter, 3 mana counter spell. But if your opponent tries to be a little bit clever and they try to cast 2 things, it can only cost 1 mana and it can really throw them off. Because sometimes they like to test the water, right? They play a spell and they might play another one if the first one don't get countered. And you've only got 1 mana open, and you're like, you know what? Oh yeah. But it is quite good. I do like it, and it is 3 mana. We don't have a lot of free drops in the deck. It fits quite nicely. And then I dropped 1 copy of Tezzeret. He is good, don't get me wrong. I think 4 copies seemed to be excessive. So I swapped him for another copy of Sheoldred, only because every single time we drew Sheoldred, it was a powerhouse. It was. Every single time we had it, it was just so good. And, you know, can't go wrong. And I dropped the copies of Blast Zone. I think in every single game, Blast Zone was just a bit of a pain. We needed the coloured mana. I did another copy of Xander's Lounge, only because having the ability to cycle land is really useful. We're not too bothered about it coming play tapped, but not only that, you know, if we do draw more copies, it allows us to at least give this haste and trample, which is relevant. And we added in an extra island because we did struggle to hit blue mana, I've added in a couple of extra blue sources to help with, you know, double blue spells and the Surge engine. So give this deck a try. The updated deck list is in the description below, so make sure to go and check it out. Anyway guys, that is it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.